Some bodhisattva was trying to take over my show. Bodhisattva, won't you take me by the hand? Bodhisattva. I forget the words of that song. Oh well, forget it. I've gathered here today with Zero so I could perform a show for Zero. Me and Zero go way back. Me and Zero go way back. I'd give Zero the shirt off my back. I'd say, hey, nobody wanna be my friend. Nobody knows what a buddy like me. Nobody's my buddy, and nobody knows me to be the best buddy that nobody could have. Nobody is my buddy. His name is Nobody. I don't know why people don't use that nickname more often. It's a good one. I'm just Nobody. I think Nine Inch Nails had his Trent Reznor's record company was called Nothing. I thought that was brilliant. Nothing. Totally. Nine Inch Nails are what they supposedly used to hang Jesus on the cross. So I guess Trent Reznor had some kind of, you know, resentment towards Jews. I'm just kidding. I mean, whatever. Kidding, kinda. I mean, it seems pretty obvious, like the whole Israel thing. You know, it's like, what a mess. I mean, what a mess. And it's just been a mess, you know? Like, I mean, what a fucking mess. I can't think of a better word. I mean, it's just disturbing. I mean, it's like definitely one of the most disturbing things to think about, really. An entire, like, society of people that occupied another area because God said they could. And, you know, even though there was other people already living there, they came and just started occupying this area. God said we could do this. And, like, I, I don't know. I mean, to use, like, that's kind of a cheap shot, you know what I mean? It's like, anybody could say that. I mean, what an insane thing to do. And now, just look at the extent that it's gotten. I mean, it's like, we have a right to exist. Okay. Okay. So do other people. I mean, like, what are you thinking, dude? I mean, don't you see that it's wrong to, like, throw people out of their homes? I mean, that's just absurd. Nobody should, nobody needs to explain that. It's just obviously wrong. I mean, it just goes to show, like, you can indoctrinate people to think some fucking absurd shit. Because, I mean, it's almost like you can't really blame the people that have grown up there necessarily, because it's all they've ever known. But it's like, I would think that humanity would shine through eventually. You know, I'm sure it does. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are in Israel that grew up there that are just like just as baffled as I am at the situation. That would never throw somebody out of their house. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of decent people there. I'm not trying to just be like racist or something. That's the thing. I don't care about race. It's like it's not a thing that ever passes my mind to where I'm like concerned about it in any way. It's like the people that are claiming they're God's chosen people, those are the racist ones. That's inherently racist just on its face. Like, oh, so you're so you're so much a better race. Like, what the fuck? I mean, how is that not like being called out for what it is? I mean, that's obviously a racist thing to say, to be like all supremacist because you're I mean, like, nobody else can say that and get away with it. I mean, it's just like this thing where it's like you're just like the exception to all these rules that we normally have to follow. You know, just like to be a decent person. I mean, it's like stuff that just comes. It's like inherent. Like I would think that most people would be able to see what's wrong with the situation. That's what the problem is. I think right now is, I don't really know what kind of message the media is trying to send to me. It's like sometimes I'm just like, what? It's like it's a complex fucking playwright, whatever script. This old Charlie Kirk thing. I mean, it's like, to me, when I was watching the videos of it, I was just like, dude, like his security is not doing their job. I mean, when he got shot, I was looking at his security. They're all busy looking at him when he got shot. I mean, it's like they're basically doing the opposite of what their job was. Their job is not to watch him; it's to watch the surroundings around him. And in which case they probably would have seen what they would have had more information. I don't know. I think they were in on it. I think the whole thing was just fucking staged, fucking TV, made for TV drama. Really, I mean, it's such terrible acting. Really, I mean, all he had to do was get shot and fall over. He didn't really have to do much acting after that. Like, and maybe I'm just saying that because I'm traumatized by seeing someone get shot in the neck. But it's like the story doesn't make sense. The gun they say, the bullet they say they found in it. I mean, none of the story adds up at all. So when a story doesn't make sense, it's because it's a lie. And so you just have to accept that reality. It's a lie. The story is a lie. So you can't take any of it for granted. Like you can't be like, oh well, he's dead. Well, no, that's part of the story, and the story was a lie. Remember, we already figured that out. So I mean, for now, you just have to suspend all like, like I mean, I don't think he's dead because the whole story was a lie. I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm not watching. It's not my turn to watch him. People can do all kinds of weird things. I mean, maybe he's collecting life insurance or something. Who knows? I mean, his wife sure is a terrible actress. She should definitely not go into acting. I mean, what in the fuck? It's just like, dude, I'm just like looking at all the people that were, like around him all the time. I mean, I wasn't like a fan of him or anything, but like, I knew who he was, so I was aware of what he did. And sometimes he said some stuff before. I listened to him sometimes actually on the radio, and like I didn't realize he was so young for one thing. Like he has a lot to say, and he's really whatever. But the thing is, like, none of the people that were around him in their daily lives, after he's been supposedly murdered, like violently on TV, like, none of them I haven't seen any of them really show any genuine sadness. Like his wife, has tried to like show a little bit of that, like, but she'll be laughing a second later and just giggling all loose and carefree. That's the general vibe. I mean, even the people that were there, I've seen interviews and just all talking about it all casually. I haven't seen any sadness, no, no like genuine sadness where somebody is just, at a loss and just like, what should be like. That's what I mean. Is like you should be seeing some sadness on people's faces, but people are like interviewed and were on the news talking about it. They're like, and then he got shot, and then blood was everywhere, and then it's all excited telling the story like it's it's. If it was real, then it's just so tragic. I wouldn't be like jovial about it. I mean, obviously, right? Is that? Thanks, baby. I love you. All right, thank you. Santero, what's up? No, it looks like you already left. Nobody hangs out with me. I'm just such a loser. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? I guess I'm just boring. Whatever. After years and years and years and years of what appears to be research, dirty work, digging in the earth, reworking things for what it's worth it seems. We found out that there's nothing to find out. The fact is we don't know the facts. The fact is we don't know the facts, even though we've been acting like we do for so long now. It's just hard to backpedal with your foot in your mouth. Pretty much the only thing to say for sure that is true is that eventually time catches up with you. Time catches up with you, time catches up with you. You're young, never soon you will be 52. Time catches up, it doesn't stop. It's like a watch, it ticks, it doesn't talk. You got to keep your eye on the clock. It is what it is unless it isn't, then it ain't. So don't faint from being so stressed. I guess it'd be best if you're gonna take some time off your feet and not miss a beat. Cause forward is the only way through. And time is catching up with you. Here it comes. Time catches up with you. Time catches up with you. Time catches up, don't you know? Time catches up with you. Time catches up with you. Time catches up. And look, there it goes. Catches up with you. Catches up with you. Catches up with you. Catches up with you. And these days everything's been redone, rerun, rehashed, revamped, thrown back in your face again and again. To see if it can fly, but it can't, so they'll try another time. Didn't make enough cash on the flip, that's why they gotta keep going back to it. Like some kind of one-hit wonder that never really hit. I'd rather see some people think and speak and do something new. Think and speak and believe in something true. Think and speak, try to do something new. And think and teach and believe in something true. Think and speak and do something good. Dip it, dip it, dip it, dip. Think, teach, reach, preach, go do something new. Think, teach, preach, don't preach, just do. Because time's catching up with you. Teach, preach, no, it's don't. I'd like to see some people think, speak, reach, teach, go do something new. Think, speak, reach, teach, and believe in something true. Think, speak, and teach, reach, go do something new. And think, speak, and teach, reach, believe in something true. Think, speak, and teach, reach, do something new. Think, speak, reach, and teach, don't preach, just do. Cause time's catching up with you. Yeah, so it's like the Charlie Kirk thing. I was thinking is like, is it just like they're trying to send a message to dissenters? You know, it's like because Charlie was starting to talk, you know, about Israel and like starting to throw some shade on Israel, even though he was like put in his position by Israel and by Zionists or whatever, and he's starting to throw some, you know, he's starting to put, you know, share his platform with people that are anti-support for Israel. They're not anti-Semitic. They're just anti-support for Israel. And you shouldn't have to want to support another country that you don't live in. That shouldn't be something that you're expected to do. You know, if you don't, it's if it's not like, if you don't have any, you know, it's not like your best interest doesn't have anything to do with a country far away. I mean, you're not busy living there and having to deal with the daily life of living there. Why should you want to support living? What the fuck's going on? There's a gap in the logic there. Nobody should be expected to just have unconditional support for a place far away that we have nothing to do with. I mean, maybe people that do have something to do with it, they can go ahead and support it, but nobody should be expected to. And it's not anti anything if you don't want to do it. It's just, you know, logical. It's not anti anything. There's nothing racist about not wanting to support people at other places. I mean, you know, our country could use the help. I mean, how many billions of dollars and whatever, weapons and all kinds of crap. I mean, we don't want to fucking. I don't want to have that be like I am in the country of America. Our government is the devil. Like I'm not happy about that. I don't. It's like for what it's worth, like what they're doing with the stuff that we give them, our country gives them, is like they're killing people, and so I don't know how anybody could feel good about that. You can't expect people to be okay with that. Oh, but October 7th. Yeah, okay. Well, what about every other day after that? I mean, and before that. I mean, there's been plenty of killing. I mean, it's like I'm assuming that's true. I just watch it on my TV screen, or whatever. But like, assuming the story is how it's been presented, I mean, Israel doesn't really have a very good argument like in their favor. Like, granted, there's plenty of people that have grown up there that had nothing to do with occupying anybody's anything. And, innocent people getting killed is always a tragedy. That's so obvious. Nobody even needs to say that out loud. It's a no brainer. But, like, when I'm just talking about the premise of, like, having, a certain people in a situation where they're occupied. They're basically trapped in a fucking open air prison. They couldn't leave Palestine that easily, or whatever, Gaza. It's all fenced. They have it all fenced off. They control all kinds of shit. They control their power and their water. They can't even go fish in their own ocean. It's pretty fucked up. The situation was already so just fucked. I'm sure there was people that were happy living in Gaza, doing whatever they did. I mean, but the thing is, they weren't really being allowed to be like, they weren't. They were their freedom was being cramped in a major way, and it wasn't originally like that. It's like Israel came in. The people that are that originally started that supposed country that you can't even call Israel a country because they don't declare any boundaries. They're always expanding. They really haven't declared any boundaries. And so they're not really a country technically because they're just occupying somebody else's place. I mean, you can't just say that God gave you something and then just go kick somebody off the place that are. If somebody's already there, I mean, it's like the golden rule dictates that you shouldn't remove them from their place because you wouldn't want it to happen to you. You know, that's just a pretty easy thing to figure out. So, I mean, that's why there's an international understanding that an occupied people has a right to armed resistance, and that kind of gets overlooked in the whole October 7th, you know, shenanigan. Not to mention the whole Hannibal directive, which should be a bit concerning to anybody. But like, regardless, I mean, if you're an occupied people, you have a right to armed resistance. That seems fair, right? And so that's what they were doing. I mean, it's not pretty, right? I mean, I don't I don't agree with it, but I don't condemn it because I would want to resist myself. I wouldn't want to be. I mean, how would it? It's the same thing anybody would do. They'd want to resist, who's occupying them. It's not like, to try to whitewash that or just make it seem like it's okay or like to be, in a situation where, you got these people fenced off. Like I watched Flatzoid's channel and I can't believe he takes the side of like supporting Israel like unconditionally just because of the Bible, not because I mean then he tries to rationalize it by like by by saying things that are just not true. I mean it's just mind-boggling. It's weird too. The people that I think what's clouding his judgment really is the Bible. He's just clouding his ability to see clearly on a situation. And if it wasn't for the Bible, he would, I think he's a pretty smart guy, but I think the Bible can be a trap sometimes. As much as it is, an amazing book, and I'm not condemning the Bible by any degree. I think it's amazing, and I quote the Bible all the time. It's so full of valuable information. But you can get ensnared in it, and like, you have to use your own discernment. Like it's just a book. God didn't hand you that book. People told you that God handed you that book. People lie though. People manipulate and people, coerce and people are tricked and people are fooled and people convey false information and people are want to, build themselves up higher than they really were and embellish a story. Things. The more time that passes between when the moment that's being spoken about happened, and when you're actually hearing about it, I mean, so much stuff gets added to it or it's twisted around a little bit, and by the time you're hearing it, it's just like, it sounds like this grandiose, you know, like fucking God appeared in a pillar of flames, and I don't know if it's like that really in reality. Maybe. I do think there was such a thing as like giants living here before, but the Bible's kind of a poetic way of telling the story in a lot of ways. There was just politics going on, but I think there was a flood though, and I think it's still receding. I think the water was originally flooded the entire earth. There was nothing left above water, and, and it's just been gradually receding, very slowly, and it's still receding. I think it's going to sink a lot lower over the years. I mean, who knows? In another couple thousand years, it might have receded down to like half where it's at now. Because I can pretty much deduce that with using deductive reasoning, I can come to the conclusion that there is a discrepancy of about a kilometer's worth of ocean depth that that maybe at one point was here and is, and because here's what I'm saying is that like there's sunken cities that have been found that are under the ocean that are intact, like they didn't crumble and fall down under the ocean. They were built down there, and so we have to assume they were built there when there wasn't an ocean there. But like some of them are deep. Like there's one outside of Cuba that's like 600 feet below the ocean surface. 600 feet below the ocean. So that means that's like 600 feet at least of water that wasn't there before. And like we're assuming that it's probably more, it's probably deeper than that as far as like how much water wasn't there before. I'm sure they didn't build their city right on the water. It could have been way lower than that, and there's probably other buried cities that are deeper, is what I'm saying. So we can assume that there was less water here at one point because they built a city down there where there's water now. And then we can find shark teeth up the road from where I'm at in a dry creek bed, and it's like I'm at like 1,000 feet elevation. So we can assume that where the shark teeth are being found was the bottom of the ocean at the time. So it could have been like another couple 1,000 feet worth of ocean sea level. It's like that's like a discrepancy of like 3,000 feet of ocean, of seawater, of sea level or whatever that's come and gone. Like where does it go? Where did it come from? I have no idea. It's salt water. It doesn't rain. I mean, it's like it probably sprung out of the ground, I guess. I mean, it's fucking bizarre though. The situation on Earth is kind of like favoring marine life. I mean, most of the Earth is ocean, so it's like you do better to be a marine creature than to be a human on Earth right now. And that's more favoring it, like sharks and whales, than it is anything else. Whatever, birds have it made, I guess. They got the whole place, but not really. Underwater, there's so much more space that's being accounted for by ocean. I mean, it's like, but can you imagine how much more Earth would have been available for us to explore when there was like 1,000 feet less water? Where'd all this fucking water coming from? That's what I want to know. It's like we're just under the impression that it was always just like ocean here, but like I think there was a time when there was a lot less ocean here. I mean, obviously, there's cities that are buried under the ocean. You're just kind of like, oh, that was back in the ancient times. What? When there wasn't an ocean? That's kind of significant. No, it just sank. No, it didn't. If it sank, it'd be all broken. But I've seen pictures of the city underwater, and it's like in good shape. It's not all. It's like still level. You could tell it didn't sink down there. Things don't sink perfectly like that. That would be way too anomalous. That's not what happened. Yet that's what the story is. That's what they tell you. Oh, it sank. See, there's bullshit stories that are passed off as being like true science. And it happens all too often where it's like, if you just use a little bit of critical thinking, you can figure out that it's just a real cheap narrative, It's like we just want to think that we have everything all figured out. Can't have anything like staring us in the face like, oh, this is a mystery. What, there used to not be an ocean here? Kind of a serious situation there. Where did it come from? It was brought here by a meteorite full of water, and it came and hit the Earth, and it dumped a bunch of water here. Space rocks. That's how you explain it. Space rocks. All right, I'm getting tired of talking to myself. I'm gonna end this show, I think. Wonder what I did to make everybody not like Dr. Bass. Oh well. Can't think about it too hard. It was the truth, and then I found it. A power brought me down underground, showed me things I'd seen in dreams. Secrets crawling from the tunnels of my mind. It was my mind, and then I found it. A power brought me down underground, showed me things I'd seen in dreams. Some obscene, a voice is calling out to me. Alright, I'm getting bored. Oh, somebody showed up. Oh. Well, I'll be jiggered. I'll be jiggered. I like finding shiny things. I like the way they shine. I like finding shiny things. I find them all the time. If you see me finding things, I'm probably finding shiny things. I find them all and haul them all away today. I like those shiny items, you can buy them at the store. Like those shiny items, but they cost a lot more than the boring non-shiny things. That's why I like finding shiny things for free. If you see me finding things, I'm probably finding shiny things. I find them all and haul them all away. Hey, oh yeah. I'm probably finding shame. You better act fast, jackass, last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. You better act fast, jackass, last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up back, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down, that's right. You better act fast, jackass, last chance to hammer in the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, or acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up back, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around, cause this whole thing's gonna come down, that's right. And we will see who's laughing when the place starts collapsing in a free-for-all. Anything can happen when the ship goes down, so does the captain. wherever you are is where you'll be stuck at when this place goes belly up. And better have yourself a damn good plan when the shit hits the fan. Now when the going gets tough, you better be clever enough. You gotta know what fuck to do. You gotta run amok, let the muck run you. You better act fast, jackass, last chance of hammering the brass tacks. No time for lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, all acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Just consider the fact that once you grab your bug up back, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around. Cause this whole thing's gonna come down. The whole thing's gonna come down, okay. I said the whole damn thing is gonna come down. See who's laughing in the place starts collapsing in the free fall. Anything can happen when the ship goes down. So does the captain. Wherever you are is where you'll be stuck at when this place goes belly up. Have yourself a damn good plan when the shit hits a fan. When the going gets tough, you better be clever enough. You got to know what the fuck to do. You gotta run muck, let the muck run you. You're gonna run muck or let the muck run you. You better act fast, jackass, last dance a hammer in the brass tacks. The type of lagging, nagging, bragging, dragging ass, acting like a maniac. Do you wonder why exactly I'm explaining that? Consider the fact that once you grab your bug up, there isn't gonna be a way to turn back around. Cause this whole thing's gonna come down. How do you end this thing?